So I'm not going to say names. I might do. I'll do anyway. Bottom line is that on that holiday we went around, and he was younger than me, and then granddad. I know granddad knew everything what was going on. The Mason thing. He then paid money. It was that charity when they wore the hats. That comic Tommy something who died on stage. Those hats, and he financed his a year in to Australia. So I met him there. He was an intern. He was going to be a lawyer, and he worked with mum for a couple of days or a week. He really liked her. Uh, um, and so I met him then, and I didn't see him that often. So I can't say great romance, but he's a storyteller, and yeah, he warned me that he was going to be doing something. They all thought that I was on the bad side, and the reality was, oh no, every step of the way, they used hypnosis. I was trying to speak out. So yeah, so well, I stayed in their homes in on that holiday, so I met them there. Uh, and then that holiday in Miami, but a couple of them, moved around the corner. Uh, so, excuse me, sorry. And then uh, he was a great manipulator, and he, I, oh, I don't want to talk about those days. But anyway, it ends with us scenario, and again, I invited you to the house. Again, I was crying out for help. And of course, you switched it to you, or you were going to come and visit, and everybody was going to, attack you. It's like, fuck, how do you're like Trump, you put in your life onto other people. It's like, I needed help. The very fact that you're 6'4", that people's psychology is anybody that's over 6'1" or 6 foot. When you walk into a room, people cow down because they really think you're going to grab them, bash their skull, and eat them. Yeah. Do you think that people listen to you because you're clever? No. I was raised with an uncle that used to say, you're too clever for your own good. Do you know how stupid that is? Who says that? Who says that? Your looks are too pretty. Like, who says that? Someone that's incredibly jealous. Instead of turning me into an enemy, you should have said, "Girl, can I'd like to use your brain." You've been vicious, Uncle Michael. And this is not some form of revenge. This is me saying, look, I think you ought to know you're in these circles, and there be a few sniggers. So, Fergie was the one that taught me reception. Sorry, but she did. Was in London. I knew reception anyway, but she taught me uh, beforehand. I was working at the stock exchange, remember? Speaking awfully, awfully. So, and each phone call over the years, in your head, I get younger and more of a drug addict and more of this. And I had literally nothing in common with that frequency. There was nothing more I could do. I couldn't believe that when I rang you and you were like, "Who told you that?" And I cowed down and I said, it was like, well, I can't. And I threw my poor mother under the bus. How would my mother know about Sark? She didn't go there. It was Deborah who went into old patterns. Alison, super bitch. Super, super bitch. Like, seriously, keep away. In the agent world, one could say that they get in there, some of them get in there, just to not fuck them over, but to protect their own kind. I'd say she'd be one of them. I think, oh yeah, how I met people. So how I met, so that was Ben, and Ben has issues, severe issues. He was the one that would have stayed in. It would this be about 10 years ago now. Would either have been before the scene where, oh my God, he got fired from the CIA and people lost their jobs. That's how bad the scene was. Lost their jobs in the industry, not security, in the industry. So when you hear that, oh, they were on a 5 year hiatus, no, fucking lucky they still got their jobs. I'm serious. So yeah, you know, if you still got the couches, well, he was there. So, oh, nasty bit of work, vile, vicious. Like Russell fucking hates me. Epstein, I didn't really know him. That was just pure chance, really was. But it was the same when I did the rescue thing as a teenager. They just couldn't get anyone, and they knew that on my Australian side, David was head of the drug squad, so they were grasping at straws. And I just said yes because I thought that was the right thing to do. It was horrific. There was a man from the council there. I screamed at them. I was so horrified that these men were doing this to a child. Just don't need your shit, right? Don't need it.